The portfolio rubric guidance for standard PK FLWC 4. This standard assesses the student's ability to know and apply grade level phonics and word analysis skills when encoding words, and also to be able to write legibly. We are going to focus on B, beginning to print the distinctive features of letter forms, which include circles, lines, diagonals, and cross lines. For this standard, the teacher will assess the student's ability to print letters following the teacher's model. To assess this standard, the teacher will say a letter and model how to print that letter. The teacher will write this letter. You will see in the suggested task, you can model by printing on a board. You can print directly on the student's paper. After the teacher's model, the student will write the letter on their paper. The student should be able to form a circle, line, diagonal, and the cross lines in the letter. The student is not making circles and lines and diagonals on their paper separately. These should be modeled through the letter writing. The teacher should use 10 different letters. There is an example in the rubric for you to follow. These 10 letters include letters that have circles, lines, and diagonals, as well as cross lines. A teacher could use their own choice of letters as long as the letters they choose have examples of circles, lines, diagonals, and crossed. The student should be able to follow the model and write the letter. Therefore, letter reversals are not considered correct. You will see in the rubric a suggested task where it gives you examples of what you could choose to do, but it is required that you use 10 letters and that you use a model. A student can write upper or lowercase letters. That is the teacher's choice of which one she models. After you have assessed and the students are able to write at least 10 letters, then you would move into assessing all 26 letters. Once a student can form all 26 letters following a teacher's model, then the teacher can move into assessing students to the aligned kindergarten standard. In kindergarten, the teachers are assessing the student's ability to print a letter without a teacher model. They are printing it on their own. They are also printing letters after they have listened to the sound. So a teacher would say a sound, and the student will write the letter legibly. This means without reversals. And the teacher should continue with all 26 letters. The suggested task in the rubric is an example of what a teacher may say. A teacher would say, and the student would write the letter M. You see, they could write either the uppercase or the lowercase m. This also does not have to be perfectly on the line. Teachers can use line paper or they can use just plain paper. Because this is a writing assessment, the required method of evidence is the writing product. When assessing the pre-K standard, keep in mind a teacher model must be included. When assessing the kindergarten standard, the student's writing product must also be uploaded with the answer sheet. In order to score the student work, the scorer would need to know what letter sound the teacher said. For the pre-K standard, a writing product with a teacher model. For the kindergarten standard, the student's writing product with the teacher answer sheet. Once you have collected your student work, now it is time to score the student work. When looking at the rubric, keep in mind the rubric is used to score student work, not to give an assessment. So, thinking about the standard at levels 0 through 5, you are assessing the pre-K standard. Are the students able to print the letters following the teacher model? If the student is unable to write any of the letter forms, When looking at their letters, that would be a level 0. If the student has followed the teacher model and is able to make at least a straight line, even though they did not get any of the 10 letters formed correctly, that would be a level 1. When analyzing the student work and the students were not able to form any of the letters, but they were able to form at least a circle and a line when trying to make the letter following the teacher model, that would score a level 2. When assessing the student work, if the student is able to form at least 5 of the 10 letters following that teacher model, that would score a level 3. If the student is able to form all 10 letters following the teacher model, that is a score of a level 4. Once the student has mastered forming at least 10 letters, the teacher assesses all 26 letters. If the student is able to write at least 20 of the 26 letters legibly following that teacher model, that is the score of a level 5. Levels 6 and 7 is assessing the kindergarten standard. There is no teacher model. The teacher says a sound and the student writes the letter. The teacher does this for all 26 letters. If the student is able to write at least 10 of the 26 letters after the teacher makes the sound, that is a score of a level 6. If the student is able to write at least 20 of the 26 letters, that is a level 7. If a student is successful at level 6, the teacher does not have to upload the evidence of the pre-K standard showing that the student could do levels 0 through 5. If a student is not successful at level 6, levels 0 through 5 must be included, that assessment of the pre-K standard where students are following the teacher model.